they do show just the, let's say, fuck-ups or the bad things, right?
Right, the things that you're messing up with, yeah.
It's not going to be so interesting to talk about how nice table settings you made or something, or, that everything is smooth. They're going to talk about the bad things, and they're going to show the bad things, because that's reality TV. They want drama. So when they show condensely just the drama, that's how people receive it.
Right.
And then for the captains, I think it's like they don't see it that serious, because their job is very serious.
Yeah.
What they see on a TV, it's all the not serious things.
And also, the crew is not the star, right? So in reality. So in the show, the crew was a big part of the show. It is the show. Whereas in your real life, I would think that your captains are saying, listen, you have to fade into the woodwork. You got to be really good at your job. We don't need to know that you're someone famous. So that's why they wouldn't take somebody on a show, probably.
Also, but just captains don't like people that think they're not serious about their job who goes on a show.
Yeah. I got that. I mean, that makes sense.
And I was thinking, like, maybe I shouldn't go. And then I had a call from production, and they were basically begging me. They're like, we want to establish a long-time
relationship
with you, because we see that you are good on cameras. You can talk your mind, and you don't have this block with you. That's exactly what people want. They tried to make me understand that that's not my last time. So I was like, okay, so it's going to be a long-time thing. So then you imagine my shock when that was stopped.
Right, of course. So how long did they tell you originally you were going to be filming in Australia?
I think it was 9 weeks, if I'm right. Something just before, something about 2 months. Yeah.
Okay. And were they paying you?
They do pay very small amount.
So are those tips that you get every week?
Tips we get, yes.
To keep. So that was real.
Yes.
Like at the end of every episode, when you see how much the tips are, you guys get to keep that. Okay. But I'm assuming the fee that they're paying you is not equivalent to what you were making in your other job.
Sure.
Right.
It's not equal to our salaries.
Right. Okay. So now talk to me about the cast that you came in to work with. Did you know any of them, or had you met any of them before you started?
I felt that I know Aisha because I watched Below Deck.
Okay.
And she'd been on a couple of seasons before. Mm-hmm. When I saw her, I was so happy. I was like, I love that girl. Mm-hmm. I can relate to her because she's so bubbly and lovely, and being with, she also doesn't have that, sometimes to say filter or something. She's like, out there. And I was like, oh my God, I love it. I would enjoy to work with her so much. So I was really, really happy. And the others, I saw Captain Jason, and I really wanted to like him. I desperately wanted to like him, but I didn't get there.
Right.
And we had no relationship, any kind.
Did he stay away from a lot of the cast? Or,
Yes.
He seems like he's not mixed in with the drama, obviously.
No, he's not. Yeah, and that's probably a wise thing to do.
Yeah.
But also he didn't know exactly what's happening. His ears was Aisha. So she was put in good position. Whatever she wanted to go which way, she would say to Captain Jason. And he would take it that way without actually knowing what's happening or actually talking. That's what I said in the last episode. It's not a leadership, it's a zeroship, for this reason that I thought he should have conversation with that person what's involved, not just have ears with one person.
Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah. I mean, in anything you're in, that makes a lot of sense. So had you talked to anyone who had been on the show before you guys started filming, or did Aisha say to you, here's what to expect, here's what to do? Did they coach you at all?
No, it's all surprise.
Okay.
No, because also we couldn't know who's going to be on the show because they don't want us to talk before. So it's like
I see.
The shock factor when we come in, it's like, oh, you were there. Mm-hmm. That's why they kept us in the hotel in separate rooms, and we don't know who is there, and it's like a big surprise, and they want to capture that face on camera when you see oh, you were there.
Right. Yeah. So tell me about what the first days on the boat and the first days of filming were like. How did your relationships get started? What did you think of everybody? How was the workload? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I have this, I haven't decided yet, is it a problem or is it a good thing? I think everybody's super nice. And then they just go down. My mom always told me, think they are there and then they build up. For me, everybody's lovely. I love everyone. Everybody's super, everybody's best friends. Oh, that guy's so amazing. He's so amazing,
So you mean you give everybody the benefit of the doubt?
Oh, more than that, double, triple.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then they tend to disappoint you, is what you're saying.
Yes, and then I end up hurt.
Right. Well,
maybe that's something to learn from.
Well,
from the
I mean,
show.
I think that happens to a lot of people. Sure.
Yeah, and every time it's like, next time maybe I'll be more careful. No, because when you meet people, you just see the good things about them. I have so amazing crew. I have like everything's so amazing. The cabins were so big. The boat was so old.
So did you feel like, because you're saying you liked everybody at the beginning, obviously this is the first time you're being followed by cameras. How many cameras are there?
Well, you don't, wow. There's some running around with you, and then there's there and there and then there. When you move, and then they move with you, that's like kind of creepy. I don't know the counts, but they're everywhere. So if you think you can skip something, no, you cannot.
Right. So everything is seen.
And I think the first, I would say 2 minutes, and I was talking about Aisha, and the camera was just like here, like, they're not like in the distance, they were like really close, because you imagine in boat, there's not much space. Those cameras are big.
Yeah.
So they need to be close to you. Sometimes those corridors are this wide, you know? The first 2 minutes, I was like, oh, why is it in my face? But after 2 minutes,
you forget about it.
Yeah, totally forget about it. You don't feel them anymore. Right.
So did you feel like you had to act a certain way or do certain things or be argumentative at all to get more screen time? Did you feel that other people were behaving certain ways to get screen time? Or do you feel like you guys were really being yourselves and just being captured in everyday life?
I think we were being ourselves. At least I believe so. I was. Maybe too much. But I think... I think we were all like authentic selves.
Right.
I would want to believe that.
Okay. What was your relationship like with the cast? Go through who was on the boat and what you ended up having a relationship with all of them. You interacted with all of them. What were your thoughts on everybody?
So my first impression with Aisha was like, she's going to be my best friend. We're going to have the same like kind of way of working. We were very good. We were good, really good. Then when Margot arrived, I was like, oh, I couldn't wish for a better cabin mate. She was amazing. She was so willing to learn. So Aisha, she's mostly with the guests and do the important stuff. So she doesn't have time to go to cabins and, show the little things. So I was always with Margot, and she was always so thankful. I learned so much from you. Thank you for showing this. Oh, there's a way of doing this. So we are very, very good. I love Margot.